on tap. We're in Kettering tonight for Flying to the Hoop. It's the start of 2 here tonight. In the first game, it's Wasatch Academy against Dream City Christian. We'll have it to you next year on SUV TV. A pleasant good evening to you here from Trent Arena in Kettering, Ohio, along with Doug Powers. I'm Geoff Kim. Thanks for joining us here on SUV TV. It's the first game of a weekend-long event, Flying to the Hoop. A big-time showcase over the next 4 days. And with that, we'll get Doug's input here when we come back as we stand aside for our nation's anthem. If you're ready now, let's give you the starting lineups here in this ball game. First, for Wasatch Academy, the Tigers are 2-2 out of Mount Pleasant, Utah. Their head coach in his 8th year is Paul Peterson. 3, it's Manu Manciel at guard, 6'4", 180 pounds, a senior. He'll run with 5, Catrell Harmon at point, 6'5", 183 pounds, a senior. Chide Wigwe will play the swing spot. He'll be out on the wing, 6'7", 205 pounds, a senior. 23, Junior County will also play up front, 6'6", 205 pounds, a senior. And 32, Vuk Lazarevich at 7 foot tall, 215 pounds, a senior. He's the center. For Dream City Christian, the Eagles are out of Glendale, Arizona. They are 3-2. Their head coach in his 5th year is Kyle Weaver. Keandre Morris wears 0. He's a guard at 6'3", 185 pounds, a junior. He'll run with 1. Ikenna Alozi at 6'3", 195 pounds, a senior. Mateen Cleaves Jr. is a 3rd guard at 6'5", 210 pounds, a sophomore. Up front, 14, Chris Brown at 6'10", 225 pounds, a junior. And 5, Malachi Jordan at 6'7", 220 pounds, a junior. Again, I'm Geoff Kim, joined by Doug Powers. I mean, you finally get to speak here tonight as we get a gander at this one between Wasatch and Dream City Christian. It's a showcase game. Both teams are in the EYBL Scholastic. We're going to see a lot of running tonight.
Yeah, Jeff, it's not about us. It's about these players right now, and both of these teams are stacked. One thing that I notice is the size and the height of Wasatch as they introduce their starting 5. They've also got some good size on the bench. That's going to be challenged by the guard play of Dream City. When you've got the likes of Keandre Morris and Ikenna Alozi, these guys can take it off the dribble and finish strong at the hole. You're not going to be able to press either of these two teams. So this is exciting. These guys came all the way from Arizona and Utah to play, and they want to make their mark today. So let's have a good game.
Can't wait for this one to get started as you see both teams come out there. In the white is Wasatch Academy, Dream City Christian in the blue. Taps controlled into the backcourt, and away we go here in Kettering.
Man-to-man.
It's Alozi with the ball to start things off for Dream City Christian. Double team out on the side. The Cleaves back up on top, and they work around. 3 from the corner, and knock it down. Keandre Morris, and we're on the board here in Kettering.
Good look there by Morris. He got himself open through the trap.
Averaging 9.5 points a ball game. 3-0. Dream City Christian. First crack of the ball here for Wasatch Academy. Junior County penetrates, goes up strong. The big boy cannot finish, and the rebound to Alozi, and here comes DCC. Stopped at the free throw line. Malachi Jordan works his way in. Nice spin move. Can't get it to finish. Everything but the bucket. They go up front, and now they'll play back, keep it outside. Catrell Harmon lost the ball. The ball is stripped, and we got a foul. Malachi Jordan on his way up to the hoop.
Malachi got a little cute there with the rock. Jeff taking it strong to the hole. He had it in one hand and laid it out to the right instead of taking 2 hands and going up strong to the bucket.
Foul's a common one on the floor, and they'll keep it up front. A lot of action, but just 3-0 here in the first minute of this ball game.
I feel like both teams are kind of feeling each other out. What's the one-on-one pressure going to be like? What's the full court pressure going to be like? And they're trying to figure out where the holes are in the defense.
Winitana misfires, and Wasatch is up front. Tigers play on the outside, 4 out. Here's a drive and a rejection.
Could have been a foul there. He looked like he might have got him with the body, but clean up high.
Jordan denies him and now goes it, tries to the hoop, and
that was Jordan again.
Can't get it to drop. Still 3-0. Again, a lot of action around the hoop, but neither team doing a whole lot. The only score coming from way outside.
Yeah, it looks like when they go to the hole, they're being very tentative. It's starting to get very physical. Jordan has been frustrated the last 2 times down with the no call on the foul.
They work in for Lazarevic and a travel down low.
Yeah, Jordan has taken the ball to the hole strong here the last 2 or 3 times down the court, and he's not getting the foul. He's getting some contact, but it looks like they might be letting him play a little bit, and he's getting a little frustrated early on.
One of the things that we're seeing here in this ballgame that we normally don't see in Ohio high school sports, of course, we're in Kettering, Ohio, where we abide by typically OHSAA rules. We see the shot clocks on both sides here. As Jordan works in, lost the handle, and they keep it outside. Brown got a touch, and they work it now to Mateen Cleaves Jr., a very famous name, and this one out of bounds. Very famous because you know who his dad is.
Of course, his father played for Michigan State, won a national champion back in the early aughts. I want to say 01, 02-ish. He was a great player. I think he actually had a cup of coffee in the pros as well.
He did. Drafted by Detroit, so he stayed home. Couple times Big Ten Player of the Year, and a misfire here by Jordan. And again, both teams a little cold to start things off here in Kettering tonight.
I feel like Jordan might be letting his frustration get the best of him.
Nice running one-hander for Junior County, averaging 12 a ball game to make it 3-2, and they're on the board.
Yeah, Jordan might be getting a little frustrated. That last bucket in the corner, he forced it. He had great defense right in his face. Of course, a lot of the times these guys can make those shots.
Contact on the floor with just under 5 to play here in this opening quarter.
Yeah, it's interesting, Jeff. I did not know that about the shot clock and did not expect that. So that's an interesting nuance that some of these guys may or may not have to get used to.
Well, I expect that we'll see this for the showcase games with, like, in this case, the prep academies, the EYBL Scholastic teams. As they're working, Jordan Lowe left. Lazarevic has the assignment on him, one-on-one. Cannot get around him. Turns baseline and left it short. He's a little short on the jumper so far tonight.
Huge size advantage there with Lazarevic, which is 7 feet.
The missed dunk by Chris Brown, and away we go back again. Lazarevic gets it. So back and forth we go. Brown penetrates, disdains against the big man, and takes it back outside. They look like they were going to set up Lazarevic momentarily. Instead, they'll disdain and play outside.
Not a lot of movement here on offense. It looks like they're trying to adjust things based on previous possessions, which have been empty possessions. A lot of physical contact.
County misfires. Back outside. Manciel off the glass. Shot clock goes off. And we see
substitution number 24, Caden Hutcherson.
Caden Hutcherson is listed at 24. We didn't have him on our initial roster, but we saw that he had numbers coming on in, so we know he had a number somewhere.
Maybe he forgot his jersey.
Alozi has it now here for the Eagles. Again, we mentioned 3-2 out of Glendale, Arizona, out of the EYBL Scholastic. Glendale's awfully nice at this time of year. Here's most mid-post and good denial out there by Junior County.
So Alozi went strong to the hole, spun around to the right, thought he had a bucket, and some help defense by Junior County.
Junior's got some length on him, a good wingspan.
Absolutely, he's been very active on both ends of the court so far.
Lazarevic comes outside to handle the ball. He'll set the screen up now for County.
Both teams still trying to feel each other out here. We're more than halfway through the first quarter, and we've got 1 bucket apiece.
County getting a whole ton of problems from Brown. He throws it on in, and there's your score for Brown. Beg your pardon for Chide Wigwe.
Scouting report on Igwe is he's a slasher, and he can get himself open, and he likes to attack the hoop.
First lead change of the ballgame, 4-3 in favor of the Tigers. And a big jam home for Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Brown averaging 6 a ball game, and he changes the lead now, 5-4.
Good look.
County.
Got to hit that.
Line drive 3, didn't have enough arc on it, and it goes off the back iron. Here's a drive and a good finish out there for Mateen Cleaves Jr. Came down the left lane line, went to the right hand. You don't see that very often. Or at least at the prep level.
Right. Nice.
Good drive and finish there for Cottrell Harmon. And now both teams have warmed up a bit here in the cold Kettering air.
Highly contested ball there from Harmon, and he double clutched and finished.
Nice cleanup.
Caden Hutcherson.
Caden Hutcherson off the miss from Alosi.
Looks like the initial nerves are starting to subside, and both teams are getting comfortable with their sets. They're getting comfortable with the contact. It looks like the refs are letting them play a little bit.
9-6 after the last make. Here's a 3 and knock it down. Junior County logs on. His 5th point of the night. And we're tied up at 9, our first tie of the night. Drive and kick. 3 on the way. Caden Hutcherson, instant offense off the bench. He's got 5.
We'll have to start calling him the microwave for all you old timers if you know who that is. He comes into the game, he heats up very quickly with the quick 5.
Yeah. You're remembering the bad boys of the Detroit Pistons here a little bit. Out of bounds, it'll stay up front.
A little mini Vinnie Johnson.
You know, it's funny. For those of you who don't know, and you wouldn't know because Doug and I go way, way back together. We are college buddies all the way back in the deep, dark 1990s. Some of us, Doug, I'm mentioning here, have weathered it a little bit better than others, and we got a foul underneath.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for us to get together again. I don't know how many games we called together in college. I know you were primarily baseball and I was basketball, but we've kept in contact all these years, and it's nice to be able to connect again for the Flying to the Hoop Invitational.
And lucky for Doug, he's with us here for 2 games here tonight. I'll be with you, unlucky for you all, here for 11 games over 4 days here. First free throw, no good. Chide Inouye averaging 4 for 9 now at the charity stripe this year. He makes 1 of 2 and stays at 50%. Minute left to go here in the fast-moving opening quarter, 12-10. Keandre Morris is into the ball game, and now he plays on the other side.
Yeah, I believe Dream City threw in at least 3 subs that last dead ball.
They did.
And a bucket.
Back to Zadi, and he's got it for 2 on the putback. Atuka back to Zadi. And County picks up the personal.
Sorry, Jeff. Bakhtiazadeh very active down low. Crashed the boards immediately once he saw the drive. Got the rebound, missed it, fought for it, got it back, and put it in for the and 1.
Back iron out. 4-point lead. Here comes Wasatch. Wasatch is out of Mount Pleasant, Utah. Really pretty if you look at the pictures they put up there. Meanwhile, the shot put up by Wigley, no good. He'll go to the line.
Looks like the foul was on Jordan.
Foul number 5, Malachi Jordan, his second personal.
And it is. That's his second quick here in this first quarter. So 2 quick here for Jordan, for Dream City Christian, and for Junior County for Wasatch Academy.
Chidi Inouye at the line, shooting 2.
So the thing with these academy guys that you see, especially with great speed, and I think you can apply this in every other level of basketball, whether it's the high school level that we see here in Ohio, even at the college level. Athletic guys sometimes have a problem shooting at the free throw line. 1 of 2.
That's a good observation, Jeff, because what I see is a lot of line drives, not a lot of guys that work on their overall arc. They don't have a rhythm. They don't have a routine that they do at the free throw line, and that's key.
It's Alosi with the ball. There's about a second difference between the play clock and the game clock. So you wonder if he's going to play for the final shot. Man defense. Back to Sadi set the screen, and beg your pardon. And here's Alosi stuck left elbow. Oh, nice fade away from there. Too strong. Ball's left out to dry, and we go to the second. 14-11 as the Eagles lead the Tigers here after one quarter here. It's flying to the hoop here, powered by Beacon Orthopedics on SUV TV. 11. Dream City Christian leading Wasatch Academy here at Flying to the Hoop in Kettering, Ohio. It's powered by Beacon Orthopedics here on SUV TV.
Nothing really in that first quarter that really differentiated the two teams. Again, feeling each other out. Styles do make fights, so they're going to be looking to find out what advantages they can take as the game continues.
A couple lead changes and a tie in the ball game, and right now Dream City Academy
looks like a Dream City in a zone.
And a 3 to tie things up.
3-point basket, Manu Manciel.
Manu Manciel averaging 9.5 a ball game. And we have a tie, a second tie of the ball game. Here's a steal, up ahead.
Here we go. Ooh.
Manciel misfires, and they can't miss on the connection with Nwigwe. And now an advantage down the floor. One and done for Hutcherson.
Little token pressure by Wasatch, got the last turnover. Now they're facing up against a zone. The best way to beat a zone is to spot your shooters in the corners or the wings and try to draw Dream City out of that.
Manciel looking to create, and a little too hot with the pass out to Nwigwe, out of bounds. So, again, something about what we see sometimes with the talent, when you know that you can do certain things like pass the ball in traffic, you really don't, when you're on the run, you probably shouldn't do that. I guess that's the best way to put it, because he had an open man out in the corner and then telegraphed the pass.
Well, and that's happened a couple times from both teams. The passes look a little hot. That tells me there's a little bit of nerves going on here, that they're tight, that they're unloosening here. And we'll see how that plays out as the game goes on.
3 from the corner is way too long for Olozi. Nwigwe. Junior County is back to Nwigwe. Long 2. Back iron, and that side of the court, the east end of the court has had some hard shots off the back iron. Nice turnaround, no finish for Olozi.
Good strong move to the hole, little spin, again, absorbing the contact. A little surprised he didn't finish there, but he was fouled, so likely that affected the shot.
And is that 3 on County?
Ikenna Olozi at the line, shooting 2.
It is. So 3 on County. One of the guys that we really look forward to seeing here tonight, already committed to UConn. So County will check out.
Yeah, he's going to come out.
Cottrell Harmon will take his place.
Both these rosters are pretty deep, Jeff. Definitely something to look out for as County's the leading scorer. But they should be able to hang around at least until halftime to keep him back in the game.
Olozi's on the board, averaging 14.5 a ball game. That's his first point of the night. Breaks the tie, 15-14 with 6:13 left to go here in this opening half. The opening half of 18 games this weekend. 3 from the wing, no good for Manciel.
Dream City switched back to the man-to-man, and it confused Wasatch.
The run out, back to Zadi, couldn't save it. Or did he save it? It went out on one of the Tigers.
Yeah, I thought he might have had his foot on the line, but apparently not.
For those of you who don't know, we're at Trent Arena in Kettering, Ohio. This is the home of Fairmont High School, a member of the Greater Western Ohio Conference. Very, very good conference. 3 from the corner, in and out. No good for Cleves. That's a heartbreaker when you get those coming halfway down the well.
You know you had it lined up and it just didn't fall. Many people don't even realize that the basketball, actually 2 basketballs will fit inside a basketball hoop. That's how big it is.
There's your physics lesson of the day here on a Friday. It's Manciel up top.
I used to do that as a coach when kids felt like, oh, they're just not falling. I put 2 balls in the hoop and say, look, this is how big it is.
Straight on 3 for Manciel. His second trifecta of the night. Give him 6.
he had that one lined up as soon as he had the ball. He was looking for that shot.
And Wasatch has taken the lead.
Uh-oh.
Here's a steal, a 2-on-2 break. It's Brown to the well. He goes with the right hand and in. Did I say Brown? Beg your pardon. It's Inwigwe.
And Gwingwe, one of those guys that's very active on all sides of the ball. A lot of what he does is not going to show up in the stat sheet, but he passes the eye test for sure.
Nice spin for Cleves. That was pretty.
That was smooth. I don't remember his father being that smooth, actually.
More on that here as we go. Of course, his dad, the MVP of the 2000 Final Four. Long three, no good. We have seen long shots tonight, back iron shots, shots right off the back iron, and this one out of bounds with 4:05 left to go. We've seen some tough iron shots, right? And because of the line drive nature and not the arc on it, we're seeing odd caroms come on out.
Yeah, and I wouldn't think the arena would have anything to do with that. I know sometimes players who don't play in arenas where the wall is actually behind the hoop. Sometimes it can take you a while to line up those shots where there's that depth perception. I wouldn't think that's an issue for these guys. And again, I'm going to chalk it up to nerves.
Smith's Flyers, 8 for 11 now at the charity stripe this year. Again, as we mentioned, Dad, Big Ten Player of the Year twice, 3-time All-American, led the Spartans, Tom Izzo's squad, to the national championship in 2000, one of two.
Well, you talk about a floor general. I mean, his father was the ultimate floor general. He could affect and win a game and score less than 10 points easily.
I think he has single game records for assists in a ball game in a Big Ten game, career assists, single season assists. I don't know if it's a Big Ten record, but it's definitely a Michigan State record. 22 assists in a game, in a single game. Lazarevic down low. He gets the putback.
Nice. Wow.
It's rejected out of bounds. It'll stay up front.
Ingwe,
Hard to get one. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to say Chris Brown with a nice block there. I mean, Lazarevic is 7 feet. He had the ball up over his head. So you're talking the ball was super, super high, and Brown swatted it easily.
Lazarevic on the outside. Yeah, I'm guessing if you're Lazarevic, you're a little surprised that happened.
Probably doesn't happen that often.
Brown looks inside for Lazarevic, will disdain against a 2-3 zone. 3:30 left to go here in this first half. Steal. Intended for Lazarevic, taken away by Alozi. Alozi, and some contact on the floor before the shot.
Yeah, on the defensive end, I'm noticing, Jeff, Dream City's really cutting off the Wasatch players who are cutting to the hole off screens. They're really cutting off those lanes, and it's resulting in a lot of these tip balls, steals, sometimes just misdirections. It's really keeping Wasatch out of rhythm, even though they're winning. Oh my goodness. That's Zelich, the huge wingspan.
Strahins, Zelich at 6'11", 220 pounds, just a sophomore.
3 by Morris. Off of the inbound. I tell you, Jeff, now that both teams are settling into sort of a rhythm, this is shaping up to be a very, very competitive battle.
Harmon runs off the high screen, denied, and here comes Dream City Christian. Up and down. Some contact as Malachi Jordan was trying to make his way to the hoop off the baseline.
Yeah, on that last play, Alozi had the lane, he had the great drive, he had the look, and he had Zelich wide open. But again, Dream City, Wasatch getting in the way on the cuts to the hole.
Malachi Jordan at the line where he's a 79% shooter at the stripe this year, got the first. Jordan's averaging 20 points a ball game.
We got a timeout?
And we have a timeout before the shot.
Timeout for Tigers, a full timeout.
So a full timeout, we'll hold things right here. We had talked about Junior County now saddled with 3 personals, but we need to get to talk to him before, this gets away from us on game action. Committed to Danny Hurley's team over in Storrs, Connecticut at UConn. Currently ranked 37th in the ESPN Top 100 out of this year's class.
I mean, Danny Hurley runs a very demanding program. You've probably seen that on TV. He's very demonstrative. He asks a lot of his players, but he gets it out of his players, and those players respond to that, and they appreciate what he can do, and he can really get these players to dig deep. So Junior County is going to a program. This is not a rebuild. This is not something that he's going to where he's going to be with a team that's not used to winning. Danny Hurley and that program is used to winning. He's got a system. He's got a way that he works things, and that's going to be very, very beneficial.
Well, and you think about UConn for a second as we think about college here. Danny Hurley had a top 5 class a year ago. If Junior County is your first pick of the 2026 recruiting class for your team, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
By the way, as a quick aside, as we continue on with the college discussion, Doug and I are old Wright State Raiders. We really would like to see some of these young men come out to Fairborn.
That would be nice. That was money. It's been a while. I mean, when we were there, of course, we had the Wright State had won the conference and played Indiana in the first round, and at that time it was the biggest defeat that a first-round opponent had ever had.
Got them both.
That's good for Jordan. He's been struggling with the field with the balls dropping. Sometimes it just takes going to the free throw line and just seeing the ball go through the hoop. I expect him to start lighting up here soon.
Manu Manciel gives it up, gets it back, and they play it over this way to Harmon. We think I saw County in there, and now here's a drive, no good, no finish off the left hand, and we'll see throws coming on up for Cottrell Harmon.
Eagles spot number 0, Keandre Morris.
Keandre Morris.
It looked like Dream City was in a quasi matchup zone, quasi man-to-man. It almost looked like they were switching back and forth in mid-play. I'm sure they weren't, but that's what it looked like. Nice stroke there by Harmon.
Harmon coming in, and well, there's a reason for that. Coming into the ball game, 15 of 16 at the charity stripe. That'll do, right?
Yeah, that'll do.
93%. Got them both. Easy stroke.
Little token full court pressure here.
Ball's handled by Jordan, low right.
Triple
Lost
team.
it, and the ball will head the other way.
Triple team, Jordan. He had 3 guys on him. He's got to start looking for other guys. That'll help you down. That'll help you later in the game if you start looking for the guys that are open when you got 3 guys on you.
Well, Doug, and you can attest to this, right? Once you pick up the ball on that low block, you're just in trouble.
Yep, you're going to get swarmed.
Single team, double team, in this case a triple team.
Yeah.
Here's County, top of the key. And Wigway back over for County.
That's actually.
Beg your pardon, it is County.
That's
Manciel, beg your pardon.
He's pretty smooth. I've noticed him driving to the bucket, even on the balls that he tries to dish off. He's been really smooth, getting off the dribble and getting to his spots. He just has to finish. Nice. Oh.
Nice rejection, but the rebound, the putback, no good for Chris Brown.
Big rejection by Harmon.
Wasatch County foul number 14, Chitty Wigway. His first personal. Team's 5th.
So Wigway picks up the personal, that's his first, and Brown will head to the line. Chris is a 77% shooter at the stripe. He got the first. 6 points a ball game for Chris Brown.
For Dream City Christian, number 3, Mateen Cleves Jr.
Cleves comes back into the ball game.
Jeff Mateen Cleves Jr. listed at 6'5". His dad was about 6'3". Do I have that right?
That jives with my own memory. I know it's been a minute, but yes, it jives with my memory.
Now, sometimes I know that these heights can be elevated, so my guess is he's probably right around the same height as his father.
One more on Cleves, though, right? Being the son of a famous person, any famous person, in this case, a basketball player when you're a basketball player, Here's 3, by the way, and no good for Cottrell Harmon, and they head the other way. That's got to be pressure for a young man.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're going to be constantly compared to your father, and it's important that he makes his own name.
3 off the catch. The assist to Cleves, and back to Zadi with 3 of his own. He's got 5 in the book off the bench. Drive and a finish, and that was a pretty lefty layup by Manu Manciel. Give him 10 in the book to lead all scorers. They work inside. Oh, that's pretty, and a big finish. Thank you very much. Back to Zadi with the jam, and it's 30-25. Dream City leading by 5.
Looks like a little token man-to-man pressure here. Nothing too intense by Dream City.
5-second difference between the shot and the game clock. Foul. A little reach in there by Kendon Grant. We haven't mentioned Kendon's name. 5'10", 175 pounds, a junior.
Not exactly how you want to get your name on the broadcast first time in the game. On a foul right at the buzzer, or almost the buzzer.
Yeah, with 10 seconds left, the shot clock will be turned off.
Team second.
Manciel's look really nice here this afternoon / this evening, and good on the first. 6'4" senior. Well built at 180 pounds. Just over 9 points a contest, gets them both.
He's going to be shooting 3 here, and I concur, Jeff. He's been real smooth, getting to the hoop. He's very in control of his game. Doesn't look erratic, doesn't look like he's out of control.
Got all 3 of them. Back to a 2-point spread. Dream City with the ball in the final seconds. The kick out. Charge. So Alozi picks up his first on the player control.
Dream City Christian foul number 1, Ikena Ulozi, his first personal, team third.
Looks like we have one more opportunity, just about a second left.
Yeah, plenty of time to get the ball up here.
Beg your
Get
pardon.
a good look. He's going. Oh my goodness, he's going to take it whole.
Right to the rack, and that's your final score here of this half on a driving lineup by Winitana.
That's terrible by Dream City. They let him go end to end.
And we got a tie ball game after 16 minutes, knotted up at 30. We'll break away for halftime here. It's the game between Wasatch and Dream City Christian. It's the first game of Flying to the Hoop here in Kettering, Ohio, powered by Beacon Orchid Peaks here on SUV TV. We're at the half here in Kettering, Ohio at Flying to the Hoop, powered by Beacon Orthopedics. And it's a tie ball game here in this first game between Wasatch Academy and Dream City Christian. Along with Doug Powers, I'm Geoff Kim. Thanks for joining us here on SUV TV. Our producer and videographer tonight, Marcus Burnett. He's got the sights for us as we have the sounds for you. And speaking of the sounds here, the sounds of the game here so far, well, it's hard to say right now because we've seen some good action here so far through the first 16 minutes. But as we saw on the running layup to close out the first half, that's just bad defense.
Bad defense. Dream City looked like they had the defense lined up, and then Winitana took it coast to coast. He missed it, but still bad defense. One of the things I did notice to look out for here in the second half is Malachi Jordan is the leading scorer for Dream City. He had 2 points. Took a healthy amount of shots, but he's going to be looking to continue to get into his game. And then on the Wasatch side, what's his name?
Manciel? Manu Manciel?
Manu Manciel is the leading scorer, but their leading scorer, Junior County, had to leave early with foul trouble, so he's got some ground to make up. So with a tie score, both teams have some room and have some space to grow, so to speak, here in the second half.
Manu Manciel leads all scorers with 13 points on 4 of 6 shooting. And both teams shooting about the same from the floor in the first half. 10 of 22 for Wasatch for 45.5%, 42% shooting on 10 of 24 for Dream City Christian. The rebounding battle, well, it belongs right now to Dream City Christian, 15-12 here in the first half. We've seen a couple of runs here in the ballgame. We had a 10-3 run for Wasatch in this ballgame, but Dream City Christian had an 8-0 run back in the first half as well.
Yeah, Dream City was looked like they were messing around with a zone and a matchup man-to-man, or a matchup zone mixed in with some man-to-man, and Wasatch had a little trouble with that for about 2 or 3 possessions. And then I believe Manciel came in the game, subbed into the game, and he started to take the defenders off of the dribble and really get some penetration in the middle to either find his own shot or dish it out. Again, a lot of those passes have been hard, solid passes. Need to have a little bit of touch on those to hit those guys in the corner. But I look for these guys to continue to find their game as we go on here in the second half.
By the way, speaking of Manu Manciel out of Detroit, Michigan, a 3-star, he committed to Stephen F. Austin last November. Coincidentally, his brother Mac plays at Eastern Michigan. So, they're Michigan kids. The older brother decided to come home to play at Eastern Michigan. Younger brother says, nah, I'm going to hit the road.
There's some competitive ball going on in the MAC right now, none of which including Miami, which is 18-0 right now for the Redhawks.
And we're back to action here in Kettering. DeAndre Morris looking, top of the key, 3 straight on,
Nice.
Knock it down.
Bucket off the bounce there for DeAndre Morris to his left for the deep 3. Impressive.
33-30.
Morris 3 for 3 from downtown right now.
A lot of traffic and a takeaway. Falls into the hands of Brown, and he plays it up over from Malachi Jordan. Jordan across half court.
Malachi just having trouble getting into a rhythm. They had a nice screen, a real high screen and roll there. He took his man, he had him beat, and then just lost the ball.
Just a minute gone by here in the second half as Dream City Christian has a 33-30 lead. It's Wasatch with the ball. They look down low, and the ball off the glass, the rebound, and the putback by Lazarevic. We wondered if he was a points and rebounds guy, or more succinctly, a rebounds and points guy coming into this ball game.
Well, he came off of a back screen. He was wide open. He's really hard to miss. So,
Foul, Lazarevic, as he worked to defend Chris Brown.
Foul call number 32, Lazarevic, his first
Well,
personal
I
team
want to make a
first.
point on Lazarevic, right? So when I say rebounds and points guy, he's not the first option scoring with the ball. Now, to your point, he was wide open down low left, right? Hard to ignore when you got a guy just literally waving his hands around to say, get me the ball.
right, and a lot of times on these teams, Jeff, you've got 5, 6, sometimes 7 guys that are strong finishers. So there's only one ball that can go around in a given possession.
Got them both. Brown's got 6. 4 makes at the charity stripe here tonight. 35-32. Harmon plays back, and it's Junior County. Saddle with 3 in the first half. Had to sit a lot of minutes.
Dream City back in the 3-2 zone.
County will fire up a 3. And the UConn commit no good. Lazarevic the rebound, and we've got a foul. Lazarevic over top of the man that he was working in on in Jordan.
Always interesting to see how those calls are going to go when a guy's boxing a guy out. Lazarevic definitely reached way over into Malachi Jordan to get that rebound.
Well, and sometimes, in the way that looked from up here initially, it looked like, well, hey, he's getting the foul because of his height, right? You know, in other words, it's like, hey, he can go up and get that rebound. If he was a shorter man, he's not trying for it because he's already boxed out.
And you're taught at a young age to just keep boxing out until the ball hits the ground. That's exactly what Jordan did.
Wrap around and denied out of the hands of Cleves Jr. I beg your pardon. Out of Cleves Jr., yes, and we're going to head the other way. And here's a drive
nice
and a
bucket.
finish. Cottrell Harmon for 2.
I tell you, between Manciel and Cottrell Harmon, these two guards do very well with the rock, penetrating, dishing. They're going to be something to be contended with the rest of this game.
DeAndre Morris up top. Jordan right to the rack and no good. Hung on the rim forever.
I'm starting to feel bad for Jordan. He just can't get the bucket to fall.
County gets it across the timeline. And Wigway shut off. Back outside, Harmon. A little bit more deliberate in the half court here in the second half. Drive, left hand, no good for Nwigwe. They keep it up front. Nwigwe thought about
They're
three.
giving him.
Reset.
They're giving it to him.
Three on the way.
3-point basket, Chidi.
Not sure why you would do that. Another defensive lapse by Dream City. Ngwe looked at it twice. He lined it up. Couldn't believe he was wide open. Took a dribble to the left, and then, hey, I'll take it. Bucket.
Official stop and a timeout.
13, Atuka, Baktazi.
So Baktadze comes on in. Looks like Brown took the seat on the bench.
Either something wrong with his shoe or, yeah, he's having an issue with his shoe.
And that's why we have the official stop, an equipment failure, if you will. I think that's, when in doubt, go with the words equipment failure. We would typically pick that up in football when you see guys who, for some reason, have things out of place, their cleats aren't all tied up and what have you.
As fancy as these shoes are these days, you think that it fix itself. Good cutoff.
From the corner, it's in the hands of Harmon. Off the screen. He takes
Nice.
it right to the rack, misfires the rebound to Alozi. Little stop and go, and now the kick. Jordan lost it, and here comes Wasatch on the attack.
Corner. County.
So we've seen transition go both ways, but no transition points to speak of, at least here in this half.
Yeah, I mean, Dream City's getting back. They just have these lapses on defense when it's nice bucket.
Nice finish.
Cottrell, Harmon.
So Harmon for two more of his own. His third bucket, give him 8 total points, and it's 39-35. Wasatch with a 4-point spread. 10 for jumper, and you got to call those when you get to the bank.
Timeout on the court, Dream City Christian.
So Cleves with 2 more. He's got 7 and a timeout. With 3:20 left to play here in this third period. Holding on to this, we wanted to talk about Alozi. One of the things, he was one of the guys in the first half that we had pointed to, and doing real well here in this ball game out of Nigeria. Signed with Houston last year with Kelvin Sampson.
Well, Kelvin Sampson, obviously very similar to Danny Hurley in that he has a system, he's got a program, and Alozi's going to go into a program where he's going to have an opportunity to grow as a player personally and grow with his team. Kelvin Sampson's a very proven winner and a very good coach.
Alozi's a 4-star. He's ranked 32nd in this year's class in the ESPN Top 100. A lot of Top 100 kids throughout this 4-day showcase here in Kettering.
And this is good for the scouts that are here to see how these guys are going to do against more level competition, should we say.
County returns it over to Harmon. Harmon's got the hot hand.
City back in the man-to-man.
They play down low to the big man on. Nice finish there in a double team for Lazarevic.
Lazarevic.
Wasatch really starting to get into a rhythm offensively, finding open guys and taking open shots. Ooh, boy.
3 left short for Keandre Morris. 1 undone this time down for Dream City Christian. They work for Lazarevic. Saves it before he gets out of bounds. 4-point spread, 41-37. 3 again for Cottrell Harmon.
Cottrell Harmon.
His first 3, his 4th field goal, and it's now a big lead here now for Wasatch, their biggest of the night, 44-37.
Those 2 guards, Jeff, they're going to be a problem here as this game continues.
Alozi disdains 3 and it's picked away. Up ahead, County.
Oh,
thank you very much!
Junior County.
To the fun way, and it's a 9-point ball game.
Great look by Ingwe to Junior County, getting his name in the scorebook. Hopefully that can get him going.
That deserves a big old have mercy. Morris drops it off. Put up, then a foul. back to Zadi, was fouled on the way up.
Right now, Wasatch just more active. They've got a little momentum here. They're just more active on both ends of the court, finding open guys on offense and getting hands on the ball on defense, deflecting passes, making it really difficult for Dream City to get into their set.
Shooting 2.
Lazarevic, by the way, picks up the foul. That's his third.
Yeah, that looked like it could have gone either way. He had his hand on the ball. It looked clean from where we are, but we're not nearly as close as the referees.
I'm still thinking back to the county dunk that we just saw.
And a contested dunk. You know, I mentioned the refs. Should we let it go that this is OHSAA referee appreciation week.
Chris Brown back in for the Eagles.
You might have you might have a hard time finding people in the crowd that want to honor that one, but
Chris Brown's back in for Dream City Christian. 7-point ball game here in Kettering. Lazarevic getting a lot of action. Low right, half-hearted hook, no good. The rebound to Chris Brown. Down to the corner, 3. Back iron and out for Kendon Grant. When you see a lot of good fluidity, those one-shot and dones are kind of a heartbreaker in moments.
I mean, he had a good look, but in the case of this game, Dream City might want to work a little harder to try to get some closer buckets, to try to get some momentum, get some rhythm. Now they get a foul.
DeAndre Morris picks up his second of the night. Common foul, and he'll stay up front.
Wasatch really running the offense through Harmon and Manciel.
There's Harmon. And now Manciel. Manu has had a very nice night himself. Little two-man game up top. They're staying outside.
5 on the shot.
They drop it up. Lazarevic is denied, but fouled. Fouled from behind by Chris Brown.
They're going to call that every time. Lazarevic had a good look. He was right under the bucket, as you saw, and Chris Brown just came in hammering from behind.
By the way, I think Paul Peterson, the head coach for Wasatch, is trying to make a liar out of me, because we had mentioned Lazarevic being more of a rebound than a putback guy because of the opportunities that he may or may not get. They're looking to him here in the second half.
A lot of penetration in addition to him. I mean, the guy's 7 feet tall with really long arms. He does have a nice touch from 15 feet out.
Good-looking lefty stroke for a guy that big. You don't see that very often from a 7-footer.
Yeah, nice follow through, nice arc. Good-looking shot.
By the way, Vuk, his first name is spelled V-U-K, Vuk Lazarevic. That is indeed a mouthful. Got them both, and we're back to a 9-point spread. I think we see the other big man, Zelic, come back in. He's back in at 6'11", taking the place of Lazarevic.
Little lefty-righty action for the big fellas.
About a 15-second difference between the shot and the game clock. Here's a long 3! Wow. Mateen Cleaves logs on from long range.
Wasatch throwing a little zone there on that trip, and Cleaves made him pay for it.
He's got 10 in the book, 48-42, with 15 seconds to play here in this third period. Harmon between the rings. Manciel and back to Harmon. They need to start thinking about an offense here.
Double
3
team.
on the game clock. Here's a long shot off the window, no good. The putback by Zelic.
Pass is good. Strahina Zelic.
And we go to the all-important fourth. Wasatch has an 8-point lead at 50-42. We're flying to the hoop in Kettering, Ohio, powered by Beacon Orthopedics here on SUV TV. It's the first of 2 here in Kettering tonight. Wasatch Academy and Dream City Christian. Coming up in the nightcap, it's Southeastern Prep, the Falcons at 24-7 against Reynoldsburg, the Raiders at 7-4. As we come back to action here in this first game of a twin bill here at Flying to the Hoop. It's Friday action here on SUV TV. On the reset, it's Doug Powers to my right. I'm Geoff Kim. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We've had fun in this one.
This has been a good one, and Washington's starting to separate themselves. I'm telling you, those two guards are going to be a problem this quarter if Dream City can't step it up defensively.
I'd like to see how many minutes Junior County will get here in this fourth.
Yeah, and I'm still waiting for Malachi Jordan to find his way offensively, because he's at single digits of points right now. They're going to need him.
Oh, that was pretty. Manu Manciel, a lot of shake and bake. The 15-footer is good.
The bucket off the bounce right there. 2 dribbles to his right and a pull-up right at the free throw line. Beautiful. That's a tough shot to defend.
10-point lead. I believe this is the first double-digit lead we've seen tonight.
Ooh, that's a foul.
Foul. Up top.
Got to be a foul. 3. Nope. It is. Okay.
Foul call number 3, Mateen Cleaves Jr. That's his first, team's first.
Cleaves picks up his first.
Checking back in for Dream City Christian, number 1, McKenna Olozi. Number 5, Malachi Jordan.
Jordan's back in. Olozi's back in. Olozi, of course, as we mentioned, going to Houston to play for Kelvin Sampson. Few 4-star kids here. Though, I got to tell you, personally, I like Lazarevic. Here's a 3 straight. Knock it down. Manciel again. This time from long range, but his 3rd trifecta tonight.
Manciel taking control of this game from Dream City.
Here's a runner. No good for Olozi. And contact down low. With 6:42 left to go in this game. Fouls on Selic.
Tigers, number 44, Strahina Zelic, his first, team's first. Chris Brown, shooting 2.
We have a 13-point spread here in this ball game. And, partner, I don't know about you, but it feels like, I don't want to say this game got away from Dream City, but the lead just expanded out through the 3rd and into the 4th.
Yeah, Dream City only had 12 points that quarter, and it's kind of been a slow burn throughout that quarter and in here and into the 4th quarter. They really need to start heating up now if they're going to stay competitive in this game.
Got them both.
A little pressure by Dream City to try to mix it up a little bit.
Well, if you're Dream City, winning time's now, right? It's kind of a now or never. Otherwise, you're just going to get beat here in the final 6 minutes and change this ball game.
Absolutely. They got to find number 3.
Well, here's Manciel again. Here's the putback in. Nice job there by Nwigwe.
I'll tell you, if Manciel and Harmon are missing, Igwigwe and Lazarevic and Zelic are cleaning it up down low.
And a timeout, and we'll keep it things right here. It's just a 30 after the make by Nwigwe. We talked about Catrell Harmon a little bit, out of Seattle, Wisconsin. Did I say Wisconsin? Beg your pardon, Washington. Geography escapes me here on a Friday night. He's currently ranked 59th in the ESPN Top 100. He's headed to Omaha. The 4-star is. He's going to go to play Creighton. He is the highest ever rated Blue Jay recruit.
That's amazing when you think of some of the guys that come through there, like Kyle Korver, Doug McDermott, the coach's son, had a really great career there. But, you know, their stability and a solid, again, another solid, long-standing blue blood type program there at Creighton.
Well, he's headed to Omaha, Nebraska, and you know, I think whenever I hear Omaha, you can't help but think of Peyton Manning. That and Stakes, I think, have made that city famous. Back to action, Kendon Grant now plays Morris. Looking for the screen, gets one from Brown. Brown looking to get down to the basket, but they're not looking for him.
Wasatch really picking it up defensively.
Jordan, no good. Put back, yes. Malachi Jordan, his first deuce of the night.
That's amazing. Guy averaging 20 points a game. Looks like he's got 4.
His first field goal tonight, the first 2 points came off of free throws. Still an 11-point spread. What's interesting about this, partner, is unlike Ohio high school rules, there's a shot clock. You can't just dribble the air out of the ball. What a shot! Manciel again.
You know, I was just thinking that, partners, what's Wasatch's strategy going to be to sort of lengthen this game with the shot clock? Oh.
Good muscle inside for Jordan. Can't get it to finish in the run out. Wasatch on a 2-on-2. To the rack he goes in Widway. Wasatch has exerted itself and imposed their will here in the second half.
I mean, they're getting out in transition between Harmon, Igwigwe, and Manciel.
3 from the corner and a good-looking shot for Kendon Grant. And another timeout charge to Dream City Christian.
That's a good way to stop the momentum. Dream City's got a lot of questions that got to be answered right now. Coach is complaining to the refs, but he needs to be talking to his players about bending the knees, getting down on defense, cutting off the lanes, contesting shots, and getting the ball out in transition, because the half court has been a real struggle for them. So they need to try to look at ways to get the ball out in transition.
I want to talk about what's coming on up in the nightcap here tonight. After this one, we'll see Southeastern Prep, who wasn't expecting to play tonight at day's start. So
welcome to Dayton, Ohio.
Exactly. Welcome to Dayton, Ohio. Southeastern Prep will play tonight against Reynoldsburg. And, of course, Reynoldsburg about 90 minutes east of us here on the east side of Columbus. Tomorrow, on tap, the first game will be at 11:30. Cats Academy out of Massachusetts will take on one of the participants tonight, Dream City Academy. That'll be at 11:30. And then at 1:15, Wyoming will take on Wayne. Wayne out of the G-Walk, and then Wyoming down in Cincinnati, very good team. And then Lima Senior will take on Brunswick, and Brunswick has a kid named Trey Drexler who's already committed to IU Indy. That should be a fun one. And young men that'll be taking you through those games, Matt Digby and Chase Younts, are going to provide the good action, and then we'll come in for the second half of the games, starting with Wasatch Academy and St. Ignatius at 4:45 approximately.
Really looking forward to that Wyoming-Wayne game. I'm very familiar with Wyoming. They've got state championship aspirations. Dayton Wayne is the blue blood of the basketball blue blood of the area.
A lot of attention on their football right now. Now, of course, they got a young man that might be the best wide receiver in the country. 3 on the way, knock it down! And Wigway is getting hot. 16 for Chide.
That might have been the bucket. Sometimes, Jeff, there's a point in the game where there's a bucket that one team hits, you could just tell that might be just a little too much to overcome. Now they're up 15 as Wasatch.
See a 2-3 zone right now. And to be fair, Dream City Christian Academy not going inside, so why not keep it in zone?
Yeah, they've stuck to a lot of one-on-one ball even with the zone present. It looks like Wasatch is trying to force Dream City to take as much time as possible to find themselves an open shot.
Pelosi?
No.
That's a long one. A little front iron and no good for Morris. He tried to get that one in from 28 feet.
That's a terrible shot.
He didn't have enough on it, and then
No.
obviously off the front lip too.
Highly contested. Now here's Wasatch trying to use all the shot clock.
Junior County's back in. Hit all that foul trouble back in the first, then a foul. Over and back. That's a tough one. Manu Manciel tried to save it before coming on out. The momentum carried him back into the backcourt. It's turned over.
Yeah, the momentum took him to the back court. The ball was still in the front court, but he touched it before he came back into the front court, if you're following me.
Well, and exactly, and of course there was contact right there at half court as well. I thought he did pretty well in that pirouette, but instead they'll call it for the turnover, and it's DCC. With 3:16 left to go here in this ball game. The opening game on opening night here in Kettering.
Wasatch still in a sort of a lazy man-to-man again. They're just making sure that they're cutting off the lanes.
Drive and in. Count the bucket and the foul. Keandre Morris.
I was saying a lazy man-to-man, and it looks like in that case it was a little too lazy. It looks like they're just trying to make Dream City move the ball and take as much of that shot clock as possible. Dream City needs to find quick open shots as soon as they possibly can.
Keandre Morris.
Winatana
shooting 1.
picks up the personal. That's his first. With 3:04 left to go. And he gets the old-fashioned three. Well, if you're Dream City Christian Academy, I think the best way to get back in the game is exactly what we just saw. Drive to the hoop, create. Hopefully you get a bucket to fall in, but create at the line too as well.
Yeah, because when you get fouled, obviously you're scoring without the clock moving. They've still got a shot here to make this interesting.
Still a 12-point spread at 64-52. So we drop under 3 minutes left to go here in this ball game.
Kendon Grant playing some really feisty man-to-man there.
Here's a long two, some contact, nothing, but the finish and put back by County.
Right man, right place.
Sometimes you get lucky. Manciel had a tough shot, a contested shot. Meanwhile, another riser, no good for Morris, and he gets it back.
Dream City needs to move. They're not moving. Too much standing still. Come on, guys.
Partner, when you see this as a college coach, what are you thinking? You see the talent, but you also see the lack of strategy, and you see the lack of tactics, the lack of movement.
Yeah, a lot of it, you're looking what their play looks like off the ball, because all these guys can play well on the ball. You're looking at what are they doing off the ball? Are they moving? Are they cutting to the hole defensively? What's their body language on the defensive end? Are they helping and recovering? See, it looks like Cleves actually did a really good job there of helping. He just fouled Ingwe.
Number 3 for Team Cleves Jr.
But that's a good question, partner, because like I said, a lot of these, most all these guys can do well with the ball in their hand. It's what are they doing without the ball to get themselves open, and what are they doing on the defensive end to help prevent the other team from scoring?
Well, and again, talent evaluation is one thing, but I think how do you infer mentality if you're a scout or a coach? Sometimes when you see guys standing around on offense, I know you and I have watched our fair share of college basketball, and it just burns us when we see guys standing around. First one's no good.
Absolutely, and then you start to wonder, is this the play design, or is this just the team not listening and not running the play? One of the things that I would be looking at as a scout and Malachi Jordan is having the tough game that he's had, is how is he responding to that? What is his body language? What do his nonverbals look like when he struggles? Because everybody can celebrate when they're doing well. How do you look when it's not going well?
Pretty move, no finish.
Man.
Dollar move, 0 cents on the finish, and we've got a foul.
Yeah, good move by Morris there. Took it strong to the hole. Just sometimes the iron is unkind.
That's 3 on Cleves Jr. By the way, I don't want to say I'm surprised by Martin Cleves. He's getting looks. He's just a sophomore. At 6'5", that's what he's listed at 210 pounds. So he's going to grow. He's shown good effort tonight, double digits tonight after averaging just about 6 points a ball game. Here's a drive, no good, foul coming.
He's very solid physically, Jeff. He's got a really strong presence on the court. He's not going to get pushed around on the defense. Matter of fact, in this case, the play we just saw, he's the one that did the pushing.
Yep. Speaking of Cleves, he just picked up his 4th. I bring it up because right? So the early numbers in January show that Mateen is not really an offensive player yet, but from what we've seen tonight, the talent is there. I think when he starts becoming a little bit more of a first option, we're going to see a lot more out of him.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job of sort of letting the game come to him in this particular case. I don't know how many plays they're running for him, but he's had a couple of decent looks, and he's been, like I said, he's been very strong defensively. What is
1 of 2?
What is this? I guess that didn't count. Dream City hadn't lined up correctly. Come on, fellas. This is stuff you learn in rec league.
There you go. While that wasn't a case of 3 to make 2, in any level of competition, if you're a head coach, you cringe when you see that.
Yeah, I mean, some of the fundamentals have been lost on Dream City in tonight's game. Just moving without the ball, defensively moving your feet, keeping these guys from driving to the hole. In games like this where the talent is as high as it is, it most often comes down to the little things.
Partner, how much do you think this could be attributed to travel? They did come in from Glendale, Arizona. That's a coach.
Well, that's a great point. I don't have the intel on when they got in town, But if they got in town at any point today, that's a great point that these kids might be gassed. And didn't you say that they're playing tomorrow at 11:30?
Yep, they've got an early game.
So that would be something to look out for from a scouting report, depending on who they're playing.
Yeah, pretty much after this game, you're going to go to the hotel, you're going to get a little dinner, and then you're going to call it a night.
You hope.
Little cross court. Here's County. Beg your pardon. Yep, there's County. Back to Manciel, and he threw it away.
Wow.
Wow, thank you very much, Malachi Jordan.
That's a case of a little too late, and he's going to get a technical.
Technical foul issued to number 5, Malachi Jordan. His third personal.
So he picks up his third. Partner, it has been a long dream of mine to call a Jordan dunk.
Correction.
There you go.
Dreams do come true.
I wonder how often a Michael Jordan dunk was followed by a technical intentional foul.
Very few, I would imagine, as Cottrell Harmon goes to the line and gets the first.
It's been a long night for Mr. Jordan.
Well, this will probably be a good indicator for him tomorrow, right? You knocked off the rust here in this game. You know, at the end of the game, this may have a nice carryover effect.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got the skills. He's a very good player. He's got some great moves off the dribble. He just needs to control his game a little more.
43.4 seconds left to go here in this contest. The first game of 18 here in Kettering over this weekend.
Playing out the string here.
Winnetana to the hole.
Mana Winnetana.
4 points for Mana Winnetana. That may be the exclamation point at 72-54. Drive, a fancy move, and a finish.
Pass is good.
What a move for Cleves. Mercy.
Very nice move in traffic, the double clutch with the spin and the kick off the opposite side of the glass.
Back in for the Eagles, number 2, Kenton.
Of things talking about Michael, that was very Jordan-esque.
Very much. It's probably a little too late for Dream City, but credit to them for playing out the string.
And he completes the old-fashioned three-point play. You would imagine once Wasatch gets this across half court, it'll be game over. They'll just dribble and hold on to the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Cleves ended up falling into 13 points for himself.
And a foul.
I don't know why you do that when you're down 15, but
Eagles foul number 2, Kenton Grant.
Kendon
His
Grant
second personal.
picks up his second with 16.3 left to go. Yeah, at that point, let's just call it a night.
Manu Manciel, shooting 2.
To be fair, if you're trying to impress your head coach, in this case, your head coach is Kyle Weaver in his 5th year, and impress upon him to get more playing time, maybe that's the way you do it.
yeah, you like to see that your players are still hustling and working at this point in the game. You don't want to do things that are not wise, not intelligent basketball wise, but you want to. Oh, come on, Manciel. Missed them both. That's a rarity, probably.
Well, you can sense the end of the game. There's the rebound, and that's the end of the game on the rebound by Manu Manciel. And this one is over. And we put this first game of flying to the hoop here in Kettering into the books. The final tonight, 72-57, a runaway that wasn't a runaway at the first half of this ballgame. It was a tie game after 16 minutes, and then the second half belonged to Wasatch Academy.
Yeah, it really seemed like Wasatch found something there in the second half. They got those two guards, Harmon and Manciel, really involved, and the offense was really going through them. It was if they can get a look, they were taking it, and when they didn't, they were able to drop it down to Lazarevic and Zelich and the other big guys. And the second half, they really played a complete game, and I was really impressed with how contained and how controlled they were.
You know, you mentioned Lazarevic, and by the way, Wright State could use a big man. Come on up to Fairborn. But, you know, recruiting aside or just pandering by alumni aside here, he looked good here in the second half, found open space down on the low block. It didn't matter if it was the low block on the left or the right. He found open space and created offense, and that really allowed the guards on the outside to create a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely a presence, and it was difficult on the defensive end for Dream City to really find. I mean, sometimes it's not whether you block the shot, it's not really what you do, but if you can, as far as touching the ball, but if you can affect the shot and you can make the offense change what they're wanting to do on offense, then you've done your job on defense. The thing about this is if you're scouting Wasatch for the weekend, is Junior County, their leading scorer, was not their leading scorer, and it looks like they've got a trio of superstars. They're going to be very difficult to contend with.
Again, the final here tonight, 72-57. Wasatch improves to 3-2. Dream City Christian, the Eagles fall to 3-3. Final thoughts before we put this one to bed.
Jeff, I think the man of the game, player of the game would be Manu Manciel in my book. He was very difficult to handle offensively. He was very active defensively. Just a great job overall, but that really transcended to all the other players on the team. Everybody was very active, and in the second half, they really separated themselves from Dream City.
Well, he had that beautiful created off-the-dribble 15-footer that was highly contested, and then he had a subsequent three, and I think that put the nail in the coffin for the night.
Yep, great job.
So we'll put this first game to bed. Again, the final here in this one, 72-57, Wasatch over Dream City Christian. Our thanks go out to our producer, engineer, videographer, Marcus Burnett. For Doug Powers, I'm Geoff Kim. We'll see you coming up very shortly for Game 2 of this one here at Flying to the Hoop. It's Southeastern Prep against Reynoldsburg. And we'll see you shortly here on SUV TV. So long for now.